everybody. Today we're going to do part 2 coverage driven verification introduction to CDV by VerifServ, accompanied by the Eagle King Fanapur slash another. Okay, let's start.
Yes, it's a coverage-driven verification introduction. I'm VerifServ.
I'm Eagle King.
Visit our YouTube channels and subscribe. Next, this is the coverage-driven verification methodology flow.
CDV methodology.
CDV. What is CDV?
Something.
Coverage-driven verification. Just we talked about methodology. And this shows the flow. It's pretty basic flow. Everybody pretty much does it knowingly or unknowingly. But this flow starts with a verification spec. Verification spec is a document. It has to be started. Pretty much this diagram shows a flow. It has to be
goes to verif spec to verif and registration.
Yeah, so it starts with verification, and then it has to be spec. So all the features that needs to be verified are verified or written in the document, and then all the test cases that needs to be done or planned are also written in the document. And coverage goals, what do you want to cover, is also written in this document. We'll see more what is that coverage means. Assertion checks, what you want to check or cover properties. Those are also covered here, written. So once the spec is ready, which is absolutely necessary, it's first ready, then we start the smaller circle. What is the smaller circle?
Verif and ENV.
Yeah, verification environment. So it can be UVM based test bench. It can be Verilog, system Verilog, anything. But UVM is the latest and the greatest.
Last video we talked about UVM basics.
Yeah, what is UVM? it's universal verification methodology. It's a set of libraries you can use and build a test bench. And what is the advantage of that? Child engineer, the man engineer. They can both do the same kind of work, right? And the verification environment will have cover groups to track the coverage. You have to write assertions that check as well as track scenarios and various stimulus, and then write test cases also. Once it's done, we move on to regressions. Regressions are nothing but the test cases. We run them again and again and again. Those are regressions. Anything? You have questions on this page?
Just gonna tell you something. Like, if you really want this slide, we could print it out for you and send it. If you want, leave your email in the comments.
Oh, they can print themselves, right?
They will send it.
Why? They can do a screen capture from YouTube. Can they download the YouTube?
Yeah, no, they're not allowed to.
Okay, then at least they can do screen capture, or they can take a photo, right? So for that, anyway, our name will be there, so it's fine. Next.
Coverage as verification.
Yes, coverage as a verification metric. What is metric?
I don't know.
It's something you measure. So coverage is an important metric, a measurement. It's like feet, kgs. How do you measure weight?
Kiloliter.
Kilograms, kgs. How do you measure height?
Meters.
Or feet. Right? So how do you measure verification? One way is coverage. So you can say my coverage is 100%. My coverage is 50%. What is your coverage?
100.
Yeah, it's like that.
Critical part.
Very critical part of all verification methodologies. Whatever you do, you better have some kind of coverage. Otherwise, you're not doing a good job of verification. So UVM has guidelines. It tells you how to do coverage, where to put coverage, how to write. It has some built-in classes also to capture it.
Poop coverage. Functional coverage features stimulus, scenarios, code coverage, line expression, toggles, and some girl.
It's a boy, or I think it's a girl, but there are two types of coverage.
I said a butterfly.
One is functional coverage. This is butterfly, you thought?
Yeah.
No, these are raindrops. She's getting coverage from this umbrella.
Oh.
So there are two types of coverages, functional coverage and code coverage. Functional coverage tells you if all the features are covered, all the stimulus is
What's
generated.
stimulus?
Stimulus means you send different kinds of input, right? How do you know? You want to send all ones and all zeros, alternating ones, alternating zeros, all addresses, all data. But how do you know you already sent it? You can write it and track it. But better way is you write coverage, and if it's 100%, that means everything you planned stimulus is generated.
Okay, according to what you wanted.
And then scenarios. So sometimes you want to check, okay, when I write into this address and also into the other address, I want to check something. So that kind of scenarios, you don't need to track manually. You can write coverage, and then when you look at the output, you will know. Code coverage is code coverage will tell you if different lines of the code, expressions of the code, toggle are covered or not. So these two are very important. Two types of coverage. Pretty much there's only two types of coverage.
Wait. Go to the back slide. How is she getting covered if there's water on her leg?
Oh, her head is covered, right? And the body is covered. Legs are also covered because she has shoes. So that's the cover. No, water you cannot stop, right? Yeah.
Verification closure, 100% functional coverage, 100% code coverage.
Yeah. So verification closure means how do you know that your verification is done? Is your verification done? Yes or no?
No.
Yes. So how do you know? When will it be done?
Tomorrow.
Why? How do you know it will be done tomorrow? How can you tell? So
Magic.
it's not magic. So those kind of things you can answer like this. If it is 100% functional coverage, 100% code coverage, and all your tests are passing, then it is done. So somebody asks, how is your verification? You can say, yeah, it's 50% functional done, 50% code done, but all my test cases are passing. Then they can say, okay, that's good. Then maybe, okay, then you understand, looks like. So this is like, first you have to have all your test cases passing is important. Then you have to have all your functional coverage done. That's also very important. Then at the last, but not the least, you have to make sure that all the code is touched or not. I'll explain what that means.
The next episode.
The next, not exception, okay, now only. So this is functional coverage closure. So functional coverage closure means it's 100%. All the planned functions are done. What are functions?
I don't know.
What is your function as a child student?
To do my homework, which I'm not doing and watching this.
Exactly. So those functions, how do you know those functions are not done? So that's called functional coverage. All the features have to be covered. All planned stimulus need to be generated. All possible scenarios are tested. It's tested. It will fix this. Tested, but it's tested, right? Example means all addresses are covered. All modes of operation are verified. All writes to all addresses are read back. So these are some of the examples. Where are you going?
Do my homework.
To do functional coverage for you? Okay, then it's almost done. Let's see. So then code coverage closure. What do you know? What is the code coverage? Code coverage means this is an example of a code.
Something to do with 100%.
Yeah, this is, see, if you see, you write code, but you have to make sure that you tested this line, you tested this line, you tested this. If this happens, then we do it. Else this happens, you do it. So you want to test this, you have to test this, How do you know? You may miss, right? So then let's use code coverage. And it's automatic. The tools will automatically tell you. All you have to do is dump it, and it will open a beautiful dashboard. And you can see if all lines are covered, all variables are covered. For example, if this index is covered or not, from if it is 0 or not, all values of index are covered or not, all conditions are covered or not, right?
All uncovered code is very.
Yes. So for example, if this particular index did not cover some other value, so at least we should be able to waive it. Means, okay, we understand that is not covered and it's okay. So it has to be waived. So when we waive it off, then it's 100%. Then we can happily say we have 100% code coverage.
Yay!
Yay. So what is more? So this is a very high level introduction of coverage. We did not show any tools and how what is the output of the tools will be. We will show maybe in the next
episode.
Next episode.
Next
but then
week or next month or next week?
It will be mostly next week or maybe next month. The functional coverage using system Verilog, we can go over how to write it, right? You know you want to write it, but
I know.
But how do you write it? What is the
pen and paper.
Syntax and assertions? Assertions are also checkers.
What's SVA? System Verilog.
System Verilog assertions are assertions. You know you want to write it. If A happens, you want to know if B happening or not.
If B happens, you want to know C is happening. C is happening, you want to know D is happening. And D
and more about universal. Eventually, one day we will have another presentation where we will talk about this also. So slowly we will tell more and more details, right?
Bye.
Not contacts. You can go to VerifServ, Google.
Email.
You can email.
That's it. Please subscribe.
Okay. All right, done. Okay. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.